Alright, so this next problem, it says a video club costs $15 to join. Each video that is rented costs $1.50. Find a rule for the linear function that describes the total costs of renting videos as a member of the club, and find the total cost of renting 12 videos. So this looks like it could be a complex problem, but I think it's pretty simple if you just parse it. So the first thing, I'm just going to highlight key information. So it costs $15 to join. The videos that are rented, each video rented costs $1.50. So we want to find a rule from here, and then the last thing, once we write a rule for the linear function, so I'm just going to highlight rule, so I know I'm going to write a rule, and then I want to know how much it would cost to rent 12 videos in the long run. Okay, cool stuff. So since I know this is a linear function, I'm going to write this as y is equal to mx plus b, and I can change it in the long run after this. But before I even get started here, I want to think about this information as an equation in words, because that's going to help me set up this equation, or when I substitute values in for this equation. So I'm going to just change colors and think about this information as an equation in words. Well, what is y equal to? Well, y represents the total cost of renting videos. So I'm just going to write here the total cost, or the total cost is equal to, so the total cost is equal to, well, m represents, typically in a graph it represents the slope, but that's also the rate of change. So I'm going to think of m as the rate of change, or simply the rate, and I'm just going to box this up in its own little house here. So the rate times m times x, and x is going to represent the number of videos that are rented. So the rate times the number of videos rented. Videos, I'm just going to write down videos rented, and in fact that should be VIDEOS, videos rented, or in fact I'm going to change that just a little bit in a second. You could write it as the number of videos rented. Alright, so again, I'm just going to box this information up in its own little house. Alright. And you can use square brackets or parentheses, whatever works best for you. So the rate times the number of videos rented, and then what you're going to do is, if you want to find out the total cost of all the information here, I'm going to add any additional fees, and the only additional fee would be a membership fee to join if you were renting for the first time. So let's just call this a joining fee, or an annual fee, or a membership fee, whatever you want to call it, a joining fee. So the joining fee here, and I'm just going to write join for short, and I can put it in its own little house here, its own little bracket. Okay, so once you do that, it should help you substitute values in to the equation below, or the equation below that as well. Okay, so I'm kind of looking at this, and when I'm plugging information in, I want it to just stand out, and I should have probably color-coded this equation. What I'm going to do is just kind of highlight some things right now. So when I'm talking about rate, I'm going to write the values in yellow. If I'm talking about the number of videos rented, I'll do that kind of in a pink color. And the joining fee, when I talk about the joining fee, I'll do that in orange. Okay. Okay, so I know I'm going to be writing a rule for the linear function, and I right now have it written in slope-intercept form. And I actually know that this is a function, but I just want to rewrite it. I'm going to use function notation. I'm going to change the y into f of x. And if you want to leave it as y, just go ahead and do that. That's fine. I'm just doing f of x for fun. So f of x, that's going to be my total cost. That's equal to the rate, so I'm going to change colors. The rate, and the rate in this problem is the rate fee, which is $1.50 per video rented. So I'm just going to write 1.5 here, 1.5 times the number of videos rented. And right now, to write it as a rule, I'm going to leave x as a variable. So x as a variable right now. So 1.5 times x, and x represents the number of videos rented, plus the joining fee. Alright, and that membership fee is $15, so plus 15. Okay, so here's the rule for your linear function, and now all I need to do is find the total cost of renting 12 videos. And I actually think this this problem could be worded a little bit better, to where it would say, well, what's the total cost of renting 12 videos with that that membership fee added on? So let's go ahead and actually find out what the cost of renting 12 videos is with that membership fee added on. So I'm going to rewrite this function, or that rule over here. So f of x, and there we go, f of x is equal to, I'm going to change colors, it's equal to 1.5 times x, or the number of videos rented, which is 12. So 1.5 times 12 plus 15. Alright, so 1.5 times 12 will give me a value of 18, and I'm going to add 15 to that, and 18 plus 15 will give a value of 33. Alright, so your function, it's f of x is equal to 1.5x plus 15, and the total cost to rent 12 videos plus that membership fee, the total cost, and I want to fix that s, the total cost will equal $33. Alright, now I can just box that information up here. Cool, I'll see you in another video.